So, do you like horses? Do you like genetics? How about fantasy themes? Well, if you like all of the above, saddle up adventurers, because Sonar Studios' upcoming horse game will likely be of interest to you. Horse Life is still in development and it might be a while before they release it to the public. And just like most of their games when they were in alpha and beta development, all data will be wiped when the game officially releases. So don't feel too attached to your horses. Now, I'm a massive fan of horse games, and unfortunately, most games just don't cut it for me. They're either too grindy or too play-to-play. When I saw that Sonar was making a horse game, I honestly kind of thought to myself that the game would probably end up like their not so popular games. It might be no different from other horse games. However, when I played the first test session and got a bit more insight from the developers, I was very wrong. It was very enjoyable, even with its intentional features. While things can change, especially during its very early development stages, the current game is quite basic, but not in a bad way. For a little rundown, to earn money you need to catch, breed, and sell horses. You can tame horses either by taming them passively with food or taming them by lassoing them into your stables. To get food, you can control your herd to collect nearby resources. They have lots of things that they want to add to the game as well, but in general that would likely be the main source of income and getting any cool wild horses. Now you're probably wondering, Raggedy Clown, what about genetics? How and why is it interesting in a horse game? Well, dear viewer, unlike most horse games on Roblox and in general, Horse Life will have a unique breeding feature to create really pretty patterns and coats. They plan to add a predict button, which allows you to see the offspring of what the parents could produce. As an example, it's somewhat similar to Flight Rising's Scrying Workshop, where it shows the many possibilities of what the offspring will look like. As someone who also enjoys anything relating to genetics, I love the genetic features. Sure, some horse games have things similar, but they either never change the colors of the horse's coat, or they never have a system where it has recessive or dominant traits. When asked about the possibilities of combinations when it comes to breeding for certain colors, coat patterns, and various other features, Eurethia said that the possible combinations in the game are nearly hundreds of millions. In which, to put into perspective, that is possibly one of the most complex things I've seen in any Roblox game. And so finally, let's talk about the fantasy side of Horse Life. In Horse Life, it's planned that there will be a variety of fantasy-related species that will spawn in special locations each month. Here's a wheel created by Yayo showing the possible species that will spawn during that month and will return each year on that specific month. Now do note, this is not finalized and will likely be changed when the game is officially released. They have other things planned as well for fantasy-themed horses. Eurethia mentions that they plan to have procedurally generated caves, which allows the player to explore cooler areas, but also allows the player to encounter rare species. For example, you could go into a cave to find some valuable things, and you could come across a rare bat-winged Pegasus that could only spawn in those caves. Not saying that species will 100% exist, but that'd be a cool thing to see. I am a big fan of all things fantasy. Many of the horse games I've played in the past haven't delved into the mythical aspects, and I understand that realism is often the main focus. However, the few games that do incorporate fantasy elements often lack the depth of customization and variety that Horse Life promises to deliver. While Pegasus, Alicorn, and Unicorn options are always exciting, I am thrilled that Horse Life plans to expand on the range of creatures like Kelpies and Kurans, offering us a richer and more diverse experience. Overall, I'm very excited about Horse Life, as I can see it being one of the newest top horse games on Roblox, and I can see myself playing it for hours. Do remember though, this is only the most basic rundown I could do about this game so far. There's a lot more planned for the game that I have not mentioned, so if y'all are interested in me talking more in depth about Horse Life, let me know in the comments below. So, what do y'all think? Are y'all interested in playing the game? If so, what are some things that you'd love to see in the game? Well, that's it for this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and make sure to care for yourself and have a wonderful day or night. Bye bye!